This video tutorial covers the Meiers Home Furnishings company in Chicago and its use of tapestry lifestyle segmentation in its marketing strategies. Meiers Home Furnishings is a Chicago retailer that's been selling value-priced as medium-priced furniture to middle-income markets for several years. Its first store was located in the Lombard area on Lombard Street in Chicago and proved quite successful. When it tried to expand and open a second store, it chose the site for that store based on similar market area demographics between Pulaski and Lombard stores. But sales in that store have been disappointing over the past several years, and so the question is, what's the problem and how can sales in the Pulaski store be improved? So the challenge that you face in using Business GIS in this context is to improve sales in the Pulaski store by re-examining the demographic and lifestyle patterns of the Lombard and Pulaski market areas, then looking for some community tapestry composition data from the stores, and customizing the strategy of the Pulaski store so that it can better serve the market, the customers in the market area immediately surrounding it. In this process, you'll use ArcView and ArcGIS to solve this problem by defining the market areas for the stores, looking at the demographic characteristics of those areas, and comparing those to make sure that the tenet that they are the same still holds. And then you'll look at some of the differences in tapestry composition between the two market areas and the resulting variations in values and purchasing patterns between the stores, and then how that information can be used by Meiers to customize the merchandising in the Pulaski store. So in your first task, you'll explore the demographics and the competitive environment in Chicago by displaying base maps of Chicago and the major roadways and thoroughfares. You'll look at some of the demographic segmentation characteristics of the area by census tract, and then you will identify the location of furniture stores that are competitors to Meiers, but also shopping centers that draw retail traffic. And you will compare these to the location of Meiers' two stores. And this is the kind of map that you'll produce, in which the two stores and their competitors and shopping centers are displayed against a base map, which in this case shows average family income. In Task 2, you will develop demographic and lifestyle profiles of the markets by creating 1-mile rings around each store, identifying the census tracts within those rings, and then calculating demographic and socioeconomic profiles, as well as determining the most common tapestry segments in each of the two areas. So these are the two areas that you'll be working with, the mile rings around the Lombard and Pulaski stores. These are seen against the backdrop of a base map of average home value with shopping center and furniture store competitors data built in as well. In Task 3, you will focus more on the tapestry segmentation dimensions of this problem by graphing the tapestry segments that make up the majority of both markets, comparing those, and then trying to determine the differences between the tapestry segmentation characteristics of the two stores. So this indicates the type of chart that you'll be producing in which you assess the different numbers of households in each of the major tapestry segmentation categories in the two market areas. You will then identify the two major segments, the one that is the dominant segment in each store, and look at some of the characteristics of those segments to see how they might differ from each other. In Task 4, you will extend the tapestry segmentation analysis by taking into account market potential indices. You will use the MPIs that are developed by MediaMark Research, and you will use them to study differences in buying behavior, media exposure, purchasing patterns between the market areas in the Lombard and Pulaski store areas. So this is the type of data that you'll be using. It indicates furniture buying behavior of the segments in the two markets, and you can use this to identify differences between the major segments for each of the two stores. Based on that information in Task 5, you'll recommend a marketing strategy for Meiers' Pulaski store. To do so, you'll summarize your conclusions about the demographic and lifestyle comparisons between the two stores, and use the marketing potential indices to indicate what changes in merchandising and product strategy you might make for the Pulaski store, and you'll develop a map document like this one to support the logic for the recommendations that you're making. So that will be your work with Meiers Home Furnishings as you work with other Business GI applications to extend what you've done here. There are a variety of different ways in which lifestyle segmentation tools are used, some of them more specific to particular industries or buying patterns, but you can also use them specifically centered around groups for particular goods or services. So you might, for example, if in a home furnishings case, identify the tapestry segments that are most likely to buy your products, and those then become your target markets. Or you can, as you have done here, look at the behaviors and lifestyles of your existing customer base so that you can then look for concentrations of similar customers, and those become additional market opportunities for you. And then there's the opportunity as well to extend this analysis into the community tapestry or the tapestry segmentation system using ESRI's Business Analyst product, in which significant body of market potential index information and demographic information is housed in the context of a basic set of Business GIS tools and even some more specialized Business GIS applications. So within the context of the Business Analyst system, in conjunction with the tapestry segmentation model, you have significant opportunities to extend the patterns of demographic and lifestyle profiling, segmentation, and targeting to other applications within the organization or to other types of organizations. That concludes this video lesson on the Meiers Home Furnishing case.